All right, so this is a week in the game. My final record was 9-2. I feel like I could have gone top 100 if I actually started on Thursday and went all the way through Sunday, but I'm not about to play 25 games in 12 hours. No. So this is a really good game. In fact, I think of the 11 games I played, this is probably the best one. It's actually a competitive game. Not really too many get cheated moments going on throughout this. But I'm going to be talking about everything I'm doing, offense included, defense included. Defense is New York Giants. Offense is Colts, the Indianapolis Colts. Now, I'm going to be releasing a full ebook on offense here shortly that works with pretty much any gun bunch in the game. There's just going to be some slight variations with it. Now, right here, it's always critical that you get your audibles set up. As far as audibles, they're interchangeable for me. I like to have Z-spot, double post, mesh post, and either inside zone split or flood. I'll kind of interchange between the two, but if I am running with 4 passing plays, I will come out in inside zone split instead. It's not the greatest inside zone there is, but you know what? Beggars can't be choosers. It's all right for what it's worth. It's okay. Now, we took a time out here because, most people in Weekend League are going to go ahead and accept the penalty unless they're an actual comp player, like Slim Ghost. I played that guy last week. I have no idea how to stop a trips tight end at all. None. But he'll go ahead and decline it. But people like this guy probably won't. But he's coming out nickel 335 normal. Now, he's audibling sometimes to nickel 335Y, the Mac Blitz 3, the meta. And then he goes between the variations of formation. Now, this guy has a balls ton of acrobats. Like, I think he has acrobats on every DB and user imaginable. I don't know if acrobat's actually good on the user. And I was looking up on mutt.gg. There are no lurkers. There's no lurker ability on any safeties. So that means you'd have to use our corner and sub in women at safety. So, I don't really care for that. So we're going to go ahead and run a read option right here. And we get beautiful blocking, actually. The read option might be better. Actually, that was inside zone split. From my time that I have spent labbing, I almost do want to say the read option gets better blocking than this inside zone split does. I don't know why. That's just my own personal experience as Nick Chubb is just breaking off. So that's probably something I need to lab a little bit more. But here's the thing. If they can't seem to stop a run, as my voice cracks right there, you keep running that play. It's literally that easy. If they can't stop it, why would you stop it? And we're going to go ahead and go down. I believe at this point I do not have ball carrier on conservative. I probably should because Nick Chubb, he can't spin and he can kind of truck. He's just kind of that card that is just basically a placeholder. You can see right there, ball carrier not on conservative. He fights for those extra 3 yards and at least gets us something out of it. Now, again, we're just going to spam it. If your opponent can't seem to stop it consistently, there's no way on earth you should stop running it. So we're going to go ahead and, do the old flipperoo as everybody does in gun bunch. So we're going to run inside zone split right there. Not the best blocking. I believe that our tight end is the one that pulls. He just missed it. And that's something, again, kind of with the inside zone split. The tight end it's kind of like a trap from the tight end. But the tight end tends to miss people that come through the A-gap and just run right past them instead. So we're going to go ahead and just run. I believe that was flood right there. And we can get a little check down and go. The way that I like to read my offense is I like to look at checkdowns first and then go over the top. If I know it's man defense and I'm running flood right here, we're running Z-spot. Talk about that in a bit. If I'm running flood and I know it's man defense, I wait on the out route and then wait on the dig route. I'll look at the option route first, out route next, dig route last. That's how I'll look at it. And if there's a big speed difference, like my receiver's a lot faster than the DB he's lined up with in a man assignment, I'll look for the fade route depending if there's a deep zone or like a deep half over the top. So, again, just kind of reading the defense pre and post snap. Now, in that play before, he ran man defense. I thought it was zone. I like to run Z-spot if it's zone defense. And, again, I like to take my checkdowns. That's the name of the game right now. It's check down, check down, check down. But if it's zone, I'm running Z-spot a lot. If it's zone, I'm running flood a lot. Now, we are coming out on flood, and then we're going to go ahead and audible to a different play based off of, what he's coming out in, right? And, again, check down. Check down, check down, check down, and George Kittle's going to go ahead and fight for that first down. I always look to the flats, and if you're running seam flats or curl flats stock, that flat route from the tight end in flood is always open for a gain of 3 to 4 yards. And if, of course, they have their zone drop set to something different, it's going to be even more. Now, right here, we have the out route. Again, I read to the flats and then look up. We also had that slant late, but if I was to have thrown that slant early, that would have been an easy user lurk on his part. So, again, it's all about reading the user. If they're going to take away the flats, you got to be careful about it. Got to be careful about users all the time. Now, right here, we're going to go ahead and run mesh post because I'm pretty confident to say this is that Mike Blitz 3, meaning we should be able to hit the wheel route out of the backfield. Right there, beautiful pass lead to the inside, dot, touchdown. As I was anticipating, it was Mike Blitz 3, and we got the easy dot. Now, right there, it actually looked like he went ahead and double Mabled. If you're not running zone drops, there's really no point in double Mabling in that situation because an out route or a smoke screen is going to hold that curl flat, that seam flat, long enough to where the wheel route is going to get open on the inside. Or if you're just running a curl flat, cloud flat, or seam flat stock, the wheel route will pull the flats, those 3 flats, up and allow you to hit that smoke screen and get a gain of about 3 to 4 yards. Again, the smoke screen generally isn't a read if I have a smoke screen out there. If I have an out route, I'm looking to see if it's cover 3 and I'm hitting him on the break. Other than that smoke screen, you got to wait for the vertical route, the wheel route, to pull the flat routes up the field and kind of clear it out. Now, right here, this is something I can't remember who I learned it from, but gun trips tight end, I don't have defense for trips tight end. I don't. This is something I learned from watching, I believe it was Civil and Throne. Civil recommended that you run your flats at 10 because with Acrobat, this is something I've noticed as well. You'll see some crazy things from Acrobat in this game. It plays surprisingly really, really well. Now, with Eric Reed, I think that's his name. My apologies, I don't know Mutt very well, or players very well. He has mid-zone KO as well as Acrobat. Now, I don't know, sometimes it's hard to tell if it's the mid-zone KO activating or if it's the Acrobat activating or if it's like a combination of the two. Kind of difficult to really honestly say, so I avoid that W8 altogether because I really don't know. But I like to stay in Mike Blitz 3. I'm going to have Morig. Again, I don't know if that's how I actually say his name. As my user with Acrobat on it. We're going to shade down, shade up. And you can see right there. Again, if we were to have not tried to hit stick right there, that would have been probably a gain of 5 yards. It's interesting how these 10-yard flat zone drops seem to really give up minimal underneath. It might be like 3 to 4 yards. And if they want 3 to 4 yards every single down, they can have that. Like, you're wasting so much time right now. Now, right here, he goes ahead and runs verticals, and I was just lost. I didn't know what to guard right here. And to be honest, verticals out of Gun Bunch is so good. Good luck stopping verticals. The only way you can, never mind. You can't even really stop. I was going to say the only way you can kind of slow it down is if you're in cover 4 show 2 or if you are in man defense. But in my case, I don't have the speed on the secondary to be able to play man defense effectively, and so I try to avoid that altogether. I think my fastest player on defense is Reed and Revis. I think those are my 2 fastest guys. But I don't want to have Revis at a corner because he's just not really good enough to be able to press, to be able to do everything I need for man defense. So I'm going to come out again in flood with all my hot routes set up. There's going to be a full ebook coming out soon on offense. Don't worry, we're already in the process of doing that. I've got the first video recorded. I just got to get edited and ready to go. Again, I look at my checkdowns. We're always going to look at my checkdown. Now, I tried to air truck to get kind of that little turbo boost upfield. And you're going to need to know also in this game, he's dropping his D-line into coverage. And if he's not blitzing his user, we can run that inside zone split and get pancakes as long as he's not blitzing his user. If he's blitzing his user, the game still recognizes that as 3 being sent. I don't know how the logic is with that one. But right here, take a little out route. Again, we're always looking at the flats first. The game recognizes it as blitzing 3 still, which I disagree with. I think it should recognize it on the D line and it should exclude the user. But you know what? It is what it is. But we're going to go ahead and change up our audibles. I think we changed it to smash return. This appears to be man defense. No, it is not. We're going to go ahead and look for our dig route. Now we're going to look for Y instead because it took the user. The nice thing about those option routes, if you are not using them, use them. Use those option routes. They are a telltale of if it's man defense or if it is zone defense. If it is man defense, they break to the outside. If it is zone defense, they sit there. If it is match defense, such as cover 4 palms and quarters, they break to the outside just as if it were man defense. If it's any other cover 4, drop show 2, for example, they sit there. That's how it works. Match defense, they break. Regular old zone with no matching principles behind it, they sit. So we're going to go ahead and run smash return right here. I'm on the left hash mark. We double team him, and then I make the big mistake of forgetting that my tight end was running the corner out, and I delay fade him instead. So we roll out. I'm like, crap, I forgot. And this is me learning right here, this gun bunch offset. I forgot that the tight end is the one running the corner out, and that's what I actually wanted. Now, right there, he runs man defense, so I don't think my tight end would have beat the man anyways, so you know what, we really don't lose out on that too much. But Flood is just such a good quick hike play, and right there, he just gets cheated, but you know what, we need it. We need that. So we're going to go ahead and just go hurry up right here. The time is clicking away. We got about 30 seconds left when the ball is snapped, and we're going to go ahead and just low point that little dig route. Take a timeout, 24 seconds left on the clock. Flood is just such a good play. If you can make the right reads, it is, I would say, one of the best plays still in the game. So right there, our flat route's not open. I may have been able to hit that out route, but right here, we're going to go ahead and get out of bounds instead. Get us about 4 or 5 yards off of that carry with the quarterback. Now, when audible's down to Mike Blitzer, if you've been noticing this, he's been running a lot of double Mabel. That's pretty much exclusively double Mabel. Now, right there, it looks like we're going to go ahead and lob that up so he can't actually lurk it. He may have put the right of screen linebacker potentially into I don't know. I got no idea what he did. He might have had it flipped and bluff blitzed him into a 3-rec hook. I don't know what he did because that wasn't a mid read. That wasn't a vert hook. That wasn't a hook curl. It had to have been a 3-rec hook. That's the only thing I could think of. But right here, we're going to go ahead and run mesh post. I'm going to look for my running back on the wheel route. We throw it late. So late. And luckily, Daniel Jones is able to make the tackle and hold him from getting a pick six before the end of half. If I have Gunslinger, and I have set feet lead, by the way. If I have Gunslinger, I feel like that's a dot. But if you also go back to that, you'll notice that I have the post route open as well. I could have hit the post route on a low ball, but I wasn't sure where his user was going to go. I was going to assume he was just going to sit in the middle of the field so I could have hit that wheel route out of the backfield. But now the game's tied. He gets ball at half, and we are not sitting in a very good spot. If you've played Madden 22 Next Gen, you know how hard defense is right now. And, yeah, it is very, very difficult. So at this point, we're going to have to fight. We're going to have to get one stop. If we can get a stop, that will really turn the tables. Like, it will be completely flipped. The ball game will be so much different when we can stop right here. He goes into a spread Y shot. I don't really know what this is. And to be honest, I don't know if I'm going to run gun much longer. I want to kind of go into an off-meta thing, and this goes into, I believe this is trips tight end flex. I'm not really certain what this is. Right there, we should have just stayed on the crosser. I had that 10-yard flat route out there. I could have let him take care of that. And instead, we give up the shot, okay? The big shot. So, oh well. He kind of recreated it to be more of like a dagger in that situation where it was like a delayed in route because it's a smart routed in route, which is a 10-yard in route if it's 1st and 10. So we're gonna pay attention to that. Right here, he runs an RPO, and my guys they can't get off the blocks at all. It's crazy. Sometimes these RPOs are good at blocking, and sometimes they are just so bad at blocking. You never know. And my biggest struggle right now in this 3-5 wide is trying to stop the run. I know that you have to blitz 6, which is why I don't like nickel 3-5 wide, and why I prefer big nickel, because you don't have to blitz 6. You can just send 4. Heck, you can even send 3 if you know what you're doing, and stop inside zone fairly easily. But that's a mid-zone KO right there with Acrobat. That was not Acrobat. That was definitely a mid-zone KO reaction, and that was a flat, by the way. A flat set to 10, and he jumps that route. I don't know how he jumps that route. I don't know why he does. but he did. So maybe mid-zone KO might be cracked, and I don't know. Maybe you don't need Acrobat. I know a lot of people are going to say you need Acrobat because it's one of the best abilities. I agree. It definitely is one of the best abilities in the game, but I'm just saying mid-zone KO, it played that. I don't know how, why, but it did. So right here, we have the wheel route. We're going to go ahead and look for Y. I was actually probably could have hit Y out of the backfield pretty quickly and got to gain about 4 yards. Instead, we scramble out with Daniel Jones, and we get 4 yards instead. That probably would have been a better idea to actually take the running back so then Daniel Jones doesn't get as tired, because there's no such thing as recovery in this game. You can go to half, and your guys will still be tired. It's kind of broken. But right here, we're going to go ahead and take Devontae Adams, that little hitch. I believe after that hit stick is when I go ahead and change it to ball carrier conservative. Yep, that's exactly what we go ahead and do, because if you set your ball carrier to conservative, the likelihood of your receivers and running back fumbling are very, very basically slim to none. Same exact route combo. Watching his user, he's going to go ahead and lurk the wheel route. We're going to go ahead and take Devontae Adams instead this time. We're not making that same mistake if we get the touchdown. So as I was saying, my oh my, how the tables have turned, but the game is not over. We've basically got an entire half we've got to get through before this game is said and done. So we now need another stop. If we can get a stop right here, that is going to be GG's. That's going to be game over if we can get a stop. But trips tight end, because the user is so bad and zones don't do anything really, it's impossible to stop. And I'm almost thinking of going and learning how to get and play trips tight end. Heck, I might even just check out an ebook to get an idea on how to play it. I suck at trips tight end. I've always been bad at it. I've never been a fan of it. But it is a very tough formation to stop. Now we're going to go ahead and set our audibles. We're going to make sure we have cover 4 show 2 in our audibles. We do have our flat set to 10. When he comes on this gun slot offset, there is a 15/20 yard corner out from the opposite side. And right here, he actually goes ahead and runs that PA double. I think it's PA double post, PA post shot. I don't remember what the play is exactly. But yeah, PA post shot. But we keep that in mind. So now he comes on this gun slot offset. We're going to go ahead and set our flats to 25. And then our curl flats are going to be left at default. And we're going to go ahead and pretty much just send the dogs right here is what we're trying to do. Now, I'm also trying to figure out some run defense. And that's why. Right here, not bad, not bad. I don't know, maybe if I was standing on the other side, if I would have been able to blow that up a little bit better. But remember, we also have the option defense set to conservative. And then we're going to go ahead and drop these down to 10. We're going to bring our curl flats up to 25 for that PA post shot. And then 10 to help essentially delay his thought process of wanting to hit the corner out from the tight end. And then all we got to worry about is the angle out from the running back. Right here, you can see, as I was saying, trying to delay it, but we really don't do that because we didn't set the blitz up. We didn't really send it as I usually do. And you see, the biggest thing about this gun slot offset is taking away that corner out. You take away the corner out, that's the same thing for trips tight end. You take away the corner out, you take away a lot of their offense. Now right here, he goes ahead and takes his little flat. I don't know where Reed was to, and yep, okay, he's breaking 5,000 tackles, and that was probably like 7 broken tackles right there. I'm telling you, this year tight ends are so insanely difficult to take down. It's crazy. It's just mad. Maybe it needs secure tackler. Maybe that's something you definitely need this year. And right here, I don't have goal line defense, okay? I haven't actually labbed any goal line defense whatsoever. So I'm pretty much at this point, I've given him the touchdown because if I do come on goal line, he's not going to audible to goal line. If I stay in big nickel, he audibles to goal line and we can't blow it up. It's kind of stupid because, yeah, linebackers can't guard anything at all to save their lives, even if it's like a tackle, a freaking tackle running a corner out. Yeah, they can't guard anything. It just blows my mind away. But that's how it is. That is how it is. So the game is now tied yet again. We did not get the stop that we needed. And so at this point, you got to be careful. Okay, you got 2 choices. 1, you can score insanely fast. Or 2, you can be nice and methodical, take your time, and you could have caught the ball right there and chewed the entire rest of the game away and get the 3 to end the game. Again, that choice remains to be yours. It could have been a wise idea to just fair catch right there and just chew the clock away because we'd have the entire length of the field. And I feel pretty confident that we can get a dot right here. I feel like we can definitely drive against this guy. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to be careful about what you wish for. Right there, looking for the tight end. He actually has that zone drop set pretty nicely for that bench pivot. So we're going to go ahead and go back into, I believe, bench pivot or flood, something like that. And we audible over to mesh post. I'm not sure what we were doing right there, but the clock goes ahead and winds down. The biggest thing right here is also we need to stay in bounds. We can't go out of bounds in this situation. We go out of bounds, the clock stops until we break the huddle, and then it resumes. We got to stay in bounds because I want that clock moving at all times. I don't want it sitting there. I want it constantly moving. So we're going to go ahead, I believe we look for Jackson on the little wheel route right here potentially. No, we go inside zone split. And you can see right there, again, he's struggling to stop this inside zone split consistently. So what am I doing? I am chewing clock, and I'm running this ball. Now, we do not have chew clock turned on quite yet because, again, you got the decision. Do you want to chew the rest of the game away? Or do you want to try and get a quick score, give him some time, which will hopefully give you some time to get back on offense and make it the final dagger? You got to make that decision for yourself. Sometimes it's better to go ahead and make a quick score. Sometimes it's better to just shoot clock away. Right here, we hit the little wheel route. We could have hit the out route as well. But we got to stay in bounds. Here is an issue as well. I think it's got to be a bug in the game. I don't know. But when you're on ball carrier conservative, you can't give yourself up. It makes no sense to me whatsoever why you can't give yourself up because it's not a ball carrier move. Like, I understand spin, juke, stiff arm, truck, all that stuff when you're on ball carrier conservative. But giving yourself up is not a special move at all. It's literally just giving yourself up, and you can't do that. So at this point, we're just going to try and just milk this clock and work a little bit in this gun bunch wide flex. Just a little bit. Some of these corner outs, just looking at them, look pretty nice. They don't look half bad, but that's something we're going to return to at some other point. We're going to have to actually lab it. Speaking of labbing, looks like we're going to go ahead and lab it anyways. We're going to look for George Kittle on this corner out. If I had Slot Apprentice, I feel like that corner out would be even better. But right here, essentially we're creating a high-low on both sides of the field. One with an out route, a deep out route, and the other one with a corner out, wheel route. They're essentially creating flood on one side, and then like a high-low smash concept on the other side. So we're going to go ahead and get back into this gun bunch wide flex, basically introduce a new formation that I've never labbed before, and show you guys exactly what we're doing. Again, running inside zone, IDing his user as the mic to have the offensive line target him specifically. And you can see Nick Chubb, even on ball carrier conservative, is still somehow breaking those tackles. I don't know how he's doing that, but right here, we're going to go ahead and take it down to the 2-minute warning. I'm going to just set some of these audibles and just kind of mess around with this formation and see if there's actually some good plays in this. This might be some one-play touchdowns like that 8-3 HB choice. I'm thinking that might be a one-play touchdown against cover 3 because there is a wheel route. So that's something we might have to just check out in practice mode just to get a feel for exactly how it works, if it does work as I think it will, or what. Right here, gun trip tight end offset. I'm used to Seattle Seahawks for their trip tight end offset. Their RPOs are pretty good. They got the trap. They got the buck sweep alert. They got the RPO alert bubble. But we're going to go ahead and run this RPO alert bubble right here. And we're looking at Devontae. Devontae's not open, so we're going to go and hand it off. And he's getting pancakes all over. Why is that happening, you may wonder? Well, because he is dropping everybody into coverage. I'm assuming he's just rushing 2 and he is not blitzing his user, meaning that we're going to go ahead and get pancakes. Again, the big difference is if you blitz your user, you don't get pancakes if you rush 2. If you don't blitz your user and you're only rushing 2, you do get pancakes. Now, I think the weak box is kind of broken. They should have just left it honestly as is, but I don't understand. There were some times that it was kind of glitched. Like, if we think about the 3-4 cover 4 drop show 2 where you're only rushing 3, those guys will get pancakes if you don't blitz your user, which didn't make much sense. But the way they fixed it was kind of stupid. They didn't really fix it the correct way. Again, it's kind of the EA Sports patch where they just put a Band-Aid on it. They don't actually fix the issue. Because now you can rush 2, blitz your user, and sometimes still blow up the run, which makes no sense at all to me. But right here, we're going to go ahead and run mesh post. Look at that. We're going to take the out route. Bad decision because we're out of bounds, and I want to get into his timeouts. But at this point, he's got 2 timeouts left. We can just go ahead and run the ball. Remember, he hasn't been able to stop this inside zone split consistently every single down. So we're going to go ahead and see if he can actually stop it. out of Big Nickel over G. Right here, we're going to go ahead and audible over to this Gun Bunch Y Flex. Looking for George Kittle on that corner out potentially. And then we're going to go ahead and, I don't know. We're definitely have to check this out. We're going to go ahead and go into inside zone instead. That time you can see right there, I don't think he actually blitzed 5 or 6 technically. I guess that's Big Nickel, or he can only rush 4. But it looked like he only rushed 3, and he was still able to shoot it. So I don't know. Maybe Big Nickel is good for shooting inside zones. I don't have a clue. But at this point, we're just trying to take away his timeouts. That's all I want to do. I just want to take away all of his timeouts. We're going to go ahead and run this RPO again, looking for Devontae Adams. And you can see we get Devontae Adams, but we don't get the yardage. Actually, I was Deshaun Jackson, I think. We don't get the yardage I want out of that situation, but we do get his last timeout. Now, right here, a first down will end the game. So what are we going to go to right here? I believe we're going to go into verts HB under, or we're going to motion out that wheel route. Number 1, motion him out. And it's motion snap, throw him on the wheel route, on the break, because it's back to how it was in Madden 20, I think Madden 19, where you can snap it, we get the first down. And at that point, this is going to be GG's. Now, we're going to go ahead, play it safe. I just want to get my 9 wins. At this point, I'm like, I just want to get a star. I don't care about my record. I just want to get a star. And we're going to go and play it smart. We're going to kneel it out. Now, of course, I could just go balls to the wall right here and just full send it on scoring a touchdown. But I just want to get this game over with. But this was actually one of the better games I played this week in the league. I feel like a lot of these people really aren't that great at the game. Defense is just so insanely difficult right now. It's kind of like a mixture of early, I want to say Madden 18. Was it Madden 18 where they had 91 zone? I think that's what it was. It was like beginning of Madden 18 where zones are terrible, but then in the combination of Madden 20 where blitzing was like send 7 and have deep zones was the move. It's kind of a combination of the two because zones don't do anything. Only way you can really play defense is by sending blitz. You really can't sit in coverage like you could in Madden 21 where you could just run double Mabel and just use the middle of the field. You really can't do that. Now right here you might disagree with this choice to kick it out of bounds, but the reason I did so, and I did that on purpose, is because I do not want him having any chance of getting some fluke return even from his fullback. So I also waited to make sure he's going to come out in Hail Mary, because if he comes on like a heavy set and we come out in this quarters 3 deep, that's pretty much a walking touchdown. Now we're going to look for X. That's what he's looking for the entire time. Chucks it up, bounce, and thank the good Lord nobody caught that except for our defense swatting it down. Whew, that would have been scary. So final score 17-14. That is a GG's to this guy. I don't know who he is. Probably never will see him again. But that was one of the better games of Weekend League. He gave us the pass tour, going from trip side in to gun bunch to spread. I'm surprised he didn't get into U-trips. This is like Las Vegas from Madden 20, but it's a passing version of it. Like, Patriots is the most annoying playbook to go against because there's so many good formations, and you have to be ready for decent trips, a decent bunch, and then a good U-trips, like the only U-trips in the game. So, with that being said, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure you hit that sub button. You guys see right there, 86.3 for 145, 2-yard and 2 tutties. His offense, again, we struggled. But that's going to be GG's. We'll catch you guys in the next one.